Hey everyone, so here we are, lesson 2, level 7. Let's talk about C. There's a tricky little method to create in this. The algorithm is important because it allows us to put two different sounds together in one big sound file. And so instead of walking through this step by step and doing it, I've just created the code and I'll go over the code with you. I think it's going to be a better for you to see what's happening. So this soundloader.read is a lot like that file reader that we used to read text, and we would turn it into an array, like a string array or an int array or something like that. So these this sound loader reads the WAV file, and the WAV file is nothing but numbers anyway, and it turns it into a double array. And so what we've done is we've taken the two, we've taken this, for example, a welcome wave and a beat wave, and we are going to combine them in this using this method that we're going to write in the next tab called combine sounds. And that is going to be a new sound that is also a double array. So what we're going to do is, the strategy is this: turn this welcome wave into an array, and then turn this heat wave or beat wave index into another array, and we're going to take that array and attach it to the first array. So how do we do that? So in the sound editor, this might be a little easier to do it this way. So here's my static method. Ultimately, this public static method is going to return a double array. Its name is combined sounds, and it takes a double array that is the first sound and a double array that is the second sound. And you'll notice from that previous tab, those arrays come from the sound reader. And I'm creating an empty array that will take doubles only as elements, and the length of this array is whatever the first sound length is plus whatever the second sound length is. So I could have two different sound files that are different lengths. That's probably is going to be more likely than not. But I've got an array ready to take both of them. And then I have this combined index, which is an int, and I'm initializing it to be 0. This combined index is going to be used in this file here, or in this array here. So the first thing I'm going to do, this for loop, the first thing that for loop does is it takes every element in the first sound and it puts it into the combined array at the same index that it was in the first sound. And then but I'm using combined index to keep track of that. And then I increment my combined index by 1. So if there were only 10 elements in this array, my combined index would go from 0 through 9, and then actually it'd go through 10, because then at the end it comes down here to this one. And this is where we take the second sound array, but now our combined index is starting at 10. If that was ending up here, if there were only 10 elements up here, that takes into account 0 through 9, and now we are going to do 10 and on. So the combined index is kind of our driver. And once we go through the second sound, we return it. And this is just kind of weird. I don't know, just kind of weird. So let's see what it does, see if it works. So I pass those things in, and then I
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen.
There's the welcome.
And welcome to the greatest show on earth.
And then here is the beat wave. So the welcome was that first one, then the beat wave was that second one. Let's pause this for a second. Let's call this one second. And let's call this one first. And then see what happens. And I wish there was a way to skip into the second sound, which is going to be almost 2 minutes in. But I hope that made sense. We probably need to talk about that and go over more of a detailed example with that. But that is how they combine two sounds into one. And I shouldn't say combine them into one sound. You're taking two separate files, and you're going to put one file first and the other file second right after it.